Hello everybody, welcome to Newstead Word Booklet number 11 video walkthrough. Question 1, we can see mountains are spectacular places with many valuable resources like forests. 4, wood tourism and a place for relaxation and renewal, and that gives you a clue that this resource is a place because it's a good tourist site and it's got wood. Sadly, they are very vulnerable. Climate change, we hear these words a lot. Change and extreme events like natural disasters. We also hear those words together a lot. Disasters. Drought or wildfires can have severe effects on mountains. The 2015 earthquakes in Nepal, a country full of, we are talking about mountains in this passage, that makes the most sense. Mountains killed around 9,000 people and injured. Whenever they give stats, they'll always, well, most of the times they'll say how many people they killed and how many people they injured. Over 22,000, and flattened many mountain villages. People try to reduce the risks from disasters. Disasters bring a lot of risks from disasters through good mountain management. Seems to make the most sense over here. Management. But managing mountains is difficult. And there are so many challenges. For example, even though blah, 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 the local people often make their homes from materials, because we're talking about materials over here. Materials like mud and timber, which quickly crumble during earthquakes. There are different methods of mountain management. Something the best way to focus on the ecosystem is to protect the mountains. You can see there's a conservation approach in this paragraph. This is called ecosystem management, also known as ecosystem-based risk reduction. A healthier mountain ecosystem is more resilient. That means able to withstand a lot of things, is more resilient to disasters, and can provide other benefits such as jobs for the local population. Others think it's best to let the local villagers develop and manage their own ways. This is called community management. We're talking about a group of people. Community, and they're telling you answer over here. This is because the ins and outs of the local area and know what might work best. Question 22, S to Q minus 2, 2, 2, 2 will be K. C, D, add 2, add 3. We're going to have to add 4. 2 and 4 will be K, M. Then 23, D to E is plus 1. To G is plus 1, 2. J is 3, it's going to be 4, and then 5. M plus 5 is 2, 4, 5. We get S. M to L, back. And so what's back? H, S, H. Question number 24. B to W, forwards, plus 2, plus 1, plus 2, plus 1 will be C. And then Z to X, minus 2, 2, 2, 2, and then minus 2 will be P. 25, R, plus 0, minus 3, plus 0, minus 3, plus 0 will be L. Then E to B, we have minus 3. B to Y, minus 3, minus 3 to V, minus 3, and then minus 3 will be P. LP, and then 26 will be N to O, plus 1, 1, then 1, R. M to L, minus 1, minus 1, minus 1, and then I. RI, last one, W to P, W to T, minus 3, plus 1. Minus 3 plus 1, minus 3, 1, 2, 3 is going to be P. G to I is going to be plus 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Let's try and find what's in common. We have a number first and a number last. So that could be either T or M, but we also see 2 is last. 2 is second twice, and then it's third, which makes me think that 2 is A. If we are trying to find the others, that means this has to be, let's do the 5. The only one that's different is, this can be at first, this can be at the end, so it could be M. I think C, however, 5. We see that 5 is third and it's also first, just like C. That means this one is going to be coat. Or rather, that wouldn't work because we have, that wouldn't work with our A, because that means that O would have to be A, but we know A is 2, so then this one has to be M. So we can see if this one is M, this one has to be mace, which means O4 is C. This is come, O is going to be, that means this one is coat, which means O is going to be 3, 4, 3, M is 5, and then E is going to be 6, 4, 3, 5, 6, 29. We know team is going to be 1, 6. 1, 6, 2 is A, 2, 5, 1, 6, 2, 5. 5, 2, 1, 6 means 2 is A, 1 is T, 6 is E, mate. Question number 31, we can take out a word, or we're making a word using 2. We can use this P to get D, this T, and then this second one R. Then A, we use this A, and then we use the first letter of this one, drum, and then E, it looks like it makes sense to have drama, we go 4 letters in. We get drama. Question 32, we use the last one, this is going to be T. Score this C. I'm going to use this C to make E, and then, so first the second word, then we get, this is the only O, third, penultimate letter here, 10, and then we have an R, which is second, tent, one more, means using this E, which means using that to get tense. Question 33, we can get G, so this one, G, S, R, second letter, L, I, third letter, M, last letter, and then E, which means this letter, slide. Question 34 is S, we have to use this last letter, T, and then L means second, R, which A, multiple A's we can use. We're going to use this A, tra, and then T, this N, we use third letter I, and then that T, use this letter, it's penultimate letter of the first to get train. Trace, this first letter, so D, and then R, second letter. A is penultimate letter. C is first letter. E is, let's just use this one to make dents. Question this 36. We use third letter is S. R is last, ST. And then I is A. N, we use this N to be M. And then G, first. There we go. Let's combine some words. We get highlights in the hair. 38, we can do combat, write the word down so you can see how it's pronounced. 39, we get friendship. Question 40, we get restore, rest all. 41, we get shipmate. And then 42, we get loudspeaker. Finding the codes for 43, let's find what's in common. We have WW in common, which looks like the hatching, which means we have to end in V. And then middle, R and R are matching, which means that black block is in the same place, which then means it's going to be S in the inside. So we can get 43E. And then 44, J and J are similar, line down the middle, so it has to be K on the outside. And then P and P are similar, which means circle in the middle, but then this looks like R, what we have over here, so it's going to be 44A. 45, P and P, size of the shape, this is a medium size, so it's going to be Q, cross these out. And then L and L means the amount of black lines, so if we have 3 black lines, it's going to be L in the middle. And we get 45E. 46, we have Q and Q, which looks like shape on the inside, so we're going to get a P on the end. And then these are all different, which probably relates to the shading at the top, but let's wait to confirm that. G and G are similar. The amount is the same. We have G first, all of them have G first, so the middle is going to look like K, 46. Or because this is changing, sometimes we have the same amount of circles and then change the shading. We can't concretely know that that's what it's relating to. So JKLM, what's changing is the amount of little branches coming out of it, and this one has 4, which means it's going to be GMP 46E. 47, W and W are the same, which tends to perhaps the shading of this top shape, because then we have V and V are the same, which is the shading of the top shape. Therefore, we know that the shape will end in a V. We can cross these out. And then P and P are the same. We don't know which shading that's relating to, probably the bottom. So bottom is Q, which is C. Next up, we have S and S are similar. That probably means the shading. Let's wait to confirm that, because T and T are also similar, and that this probably means whether it's horizontally lined or vertically. If it's horizontal, then it's going to end in a T, so we can cross these out. And then P and P are the same, which means the amount of triangles. If you have 1, we have R in the middle, so it's going to be E. Question number 49, we have some squares. W and W are the same. perhaps so far it looks like 3 shapes or 3 dots are one color and one is different. And then X and Y, but that can't be the case because then Y would be a W too. So it looks like W is relating to a thicker border, which looks like the shape we have, but let's focus on the L's instead. What's happening? This small size, and then R, Q, S, Q, Q, these are the same, which I think should mean 1 black and 3 white. So it looks like we have to have Q in the middle. That's one thing we know for sure. Now we're choosing between Y and W. Now it seems this is the shading on the inside. If the shading on the inside is black, then it'll be Y, which is B. Question 50. W, W are the same. Maybe it's how many black dots there are, because these are different, so we can confirm that is the case. So 50 and then V. And then in the middle, R and R are the same, which is probably to do with this circle. So that looks like T in the middle, it's going to be C. Question 49. X and X are similar, which means we can rotate the shape to look like that. We have to rotate this shape, so it looks like Y is going to be ending. And then these are all different, probably the direction they're facing. It's facing the same direction as Q, so we're going to get A. And then 52, V and V are the same, which means probably the orientation of the arrow, because these are different. If it's going up, it's going to end in a V. Cross these out, and then Q, P and P means circle, so triangle is going to be Q, we get E. 53, let's see what's in common again. K and K mean lines down the middle, so it's going to be N, but then also that isn't any of our options, so we have to find a different one. What's also similar, J and J. Outside shape is going to be a heart. If outside shape is a triangle, it has to start with a N, so let's cross these. And if we're able to mix around what order they go in, we see J and J are common with this heart shape, so it has to be NJ. Question 54, we can see R and R are similar. We've got this cross shape, which we have got, so maybe just yet we can't confirm, but it has to end in R. And then we also see P, P are similar, and they've all got this semicircle shape, and we haven't got any of those. So let's look at the middle, T and T. They correspond to, it seems, this division sign. So let's go ahead and cross out the ones that don't have R at the end. And that crosses out actually all of them to get B. And that sort of makes sense because U, we've got the only shape in common, we've got this pentagon shape, which makes sense why it would have a U in that code as well. And then 55, L and L are the same, which probably means shading. That's the only thing they have in common, so we can cross these out and we just get 55B. Question 56, we can see J and J are common. It seems with these ones the order don't matter. The order doesn't matter. M and M, they're all similar, M, M and M, which probably involves some sort of circle. And then M and M we have, so let's see what else is in common. We have T and T, which both involve a black both involve an arrow. As of now, it seems like the only one we can confirm is J and J both look like a shape inside of another shape, which has another shape in it, just like our shape over here. So let's cross out the ones that don't have a J in it. And then M M and M all have a circle involved, which we have, so cross out the ones that don't have an M involved, which is going to be A. Question number 7, we have F and F in common, which means there's a triangle involved. But then P and P are also in common, which means we have an arrow. We have no arrows, neither do we in any of the answers, but it looks like we said F and F. So if they have circles, it looks like this one and this one both have circles, and that is giving us an M, which means you can cross out the ones that don't have an M. And then we have over here P and P, and that was to do with the arrow. If it's a square involved, let's try and see where there's a square. R, J, M, and T, R, F. It looks like there is an R wherever there is a square. So let's cross out the ones that don't have an R. And then last one, we have some shadings. These have similar shadings, so perhaps it's to do with P, and then this is a different shading. We have M left, so it looks like T is left to be the black shading, which means we get a C. What's in common over here? S and S look like triangles. Let's not confirm just yet because they can change order. And then T and T are black. So if we know S is equal to triangle, and then T is equal to black. So it seems that here, what do we have in common? They have nothing in common because they are different shadings. And so far we can confirm that the second letter is to do, the first letter is to do with shape. So let's say Q, which means we can cross out all of them and just get D. Question 59. For question 59, we have F and F are similar with this shape, this honeycomb shape. So it seems we can. Last one is to do with honeycomb. Looks like some sort of hexagon. And then E and E are also the same. Maybe this is to do with the circle. Maybe E is to do with the honeycomb. So we can't confirm, but we do know that the C is similar, where there is a white triangle, a white arrow in all of them, which means we can cross out the ones that don't have C. And then those are the same. So it seems A and A are the same, which means there's a horizontal line, which means we need one with an A in it, which gives us B. And then 60, we can see G and G are similar, which means triangle probably. But then there's also a G here. So what's a little white circle? So G means white circle. White circle, and then D and D is common, which probably means an X. So we need to cross out the ones with G's because we have no white circles. And then we can cross out D and D but then A is also similar. So A and A are similar, so that means square. We can't have, or it sort of means this X shape. Well, we have to compare. Both of them have an A, both of them have a D. We know that B and B are similar, and the only thing in common, since we've taken out the G, is that triangle shape. Has to include a B, which all of them do. And then, so B is going to be triangle, and then we have F, D, and C is what we're working with. And so F is this, D is this, and C. Since we have something that is completely different to all of them, we need a completely new letter, which means we get we have to add the E to get C. Question number 61. Question 61, P and P are similar with this sun shape. But we also have H in common. So this can also mean the square on the outside. And since these are all changing, let's say that we can't confirm it just yet, especially because none of them have a P in the answer. So we know this is definitely not to do with the sun shape because we have a sun shape here, which means that H is to do with the sun shape. Sun, all of them have an H in it. So let's see the others. We have G and G, which means there's a heart involved. And there's nothing else in common, so we can say that is a heart. So G is a heart shape. And since we have none of those, we can cross out all the ones with G. Then that means we're left with J and J. And what's similar over here? The last thing we have here is K and K is similar over here, which means that it's to do with the pentagon, and there's a pentagon over here. So it's going to be K over for question 61. And then 62, what's in common? We see B and B, which probably means there's a triangle, but then K, K, and K are all shared, which can mean triangle. And then let's just wait to confirm that we have these similar G and G, which probably means that hatching on the stripes on the shape, which means we can say that for sure because none of the others have that, so we can cross out the ones that don't have a G. And then we have a shape F, K, K, and K probably are to do with the triangle, and since we have none of them, we can cross out this. We do have B and B are similar over here. We see something that's cut into multiple different shapes. So B and B is similar. We see a triangle there as well. However, we need something. The one that's not common in any of the others is this quadrant shape, which is the same in here. And it looks like that's to do with the H, which looks like B is going to be the answer.